So I typically have a bit of a cycle when it comes to making YouTube videos. I'll be spending as much time as needed writing or editing or directing, filming, like any of the things that go into making a YouTube video. And that usually takes me a couple weeks to a couple months to sometimes a couple years, but we don't talk about that. Um, and I pour so much love and time into every video. And then near the end of the cycle, we get to a point where the breakdown starts. And I decide that I am completely out of ideas and that this will be the last YouTube video that I ever make, and that I'm completely out of ideas and I have no more creativity left in my body. And then I post the video and it either does really good or really bad. And then regardless of that, I have like 10 more ideas appear. Despite that, every single time, like despite always having an idea after posting the video, every single time I'm making one, I still have a breakdown of, this is it, I'm out of creativity. Welcome back to the number one podcast in the world. This is Joey Offline. I hope you're all doing well. It's been a little while. We are joined today down here by my dear laptop, trying its best, aren't we all? It's currently rendering out my new video called Tomorrow I Was Worse. It's been going for about 2 hours, and it still has about 20-something minutes left. It'll turn off at some point, but yeah, he's trying. He's really trying. I'm proud of him. But I wanted to talk about the idea of creativity just as an idea today, because I've been thinking about it a lot, especially over the last couple weeks. Ever since my last video, my song came out, actually, even since Red came out, really. Not even I Wish I Could, but even since Red came out, I've kind of been in a slump of like not liking most of my ideas or not really having any ideas. I Wish I Could kind of came out of just like one day of really like random inspiration. But since Red came out, even though I've had a lot of ideas, I haven't had like the same like energy, like the same motivation, I guess. But this really isn't about motivation to me. This is more about just the idea of being creative and having that idea that's like, this is it, I need to do this right now. And I haven't had that in a while. And usually over the last, especially to me, the last year and a half, I've kind of had that constant momentum of like 2 videos a month at least, sometimes 3, sometimes 4, of like, not even as soon as one video goes up, like I'll have like 5 to 8 videos that I'm working on at a time, so that they just keep going, and it's like this constant cycle of picking up video ideas and like spitting them out in such a consistent rate of like two-ish videos a month that I've been going at since like January of 2022. And then I got hit in July with like, okay, I have ideas, but not enough of them, like not enough short ideas that I can keep making it. Like finally the momentum caught up to me, I think. Not to say that I don't have ideas, I do, but my ideas are more long form right now. Like I have some ideas for some short films that I'm writing that I'm very excited to do, and I'm spending all of my time on those now, like writing and planning them. But the problem is that they are taking so much longer because they're such bigger ideas. This is already all over the place. How far in are we? We're like 4 minutes in, and I haven't really said anything yet. I'm just rambling. Sorry, it's been a long time since I filmed a Joey Offline video. I'm lost. Let's regroup, okay? Let's regroup for a minute. Hi, I'm Joey. What's your name? Today we're talking about creativity. I have a couple classes now where we're actually doing film stuff, like creativity art stuff, which is really cool. Because last year I only had like a video class and 2 photography classes, which were very cool and inspired me so much, and they were great. But they weren't like technical art classes. They kind of went over like basic principles of stuff, but like it wasn't much. Now I'm sort of in like, I'm in a screenwriting class where the whole thing is like, how do people write scripts? What are the things in a story that you need? Like, what are characters? What are their motivations? What's like the structure of a screenplay? How do you write a short film? And we had this discussion on the first day of how do you come up with your ideas? And people started like throwing out all these great answers of like, oh, I go on walks. Oh, I listen to music. Oh, I go here. I do this. And I'm just like, I don't know. I feel it really made me think, combined with the whole like idea of the slump that I've had the past couple weeks, which I don't really think I have had like a slump, but like a slowing of ideas and of videos. This class really hit me of like, how do I get ideas? How do I be creative? I don't know. I did submit I did give an answer. I raised my hand because I wanted to get those good participation points, and I said, oh yeah, a lot of my best ideas kind of come from me just sitting at work and like stocking shelves, which they do, which is really depressing because, well, one, I'm not working anymore, and two, like that shouldn't be the way to do it. But so many of my ideas do come from just that aimless, like putting oranges on the shelf. Like that's how I wrote like an entire series. That's how like a lot of videos, like that's how I wrote a bunch of Red. That's how I wrote this short film I'm working on now, like this horror short film called Sleepwalker. Like it's, the point is, I don't know how to be creative. And I've realized that recently, that just like, there's no one way to be creative or to summon ideas. If you try to summon ideas, it so rarely happens. You have to kind of let them come to you. But there's ways to encourage creativity and encourage those ideas to kind of form in your head. And I still don't know how to do that. You'd think after 6.5 years of being on YouTube and making YouTube videos and making all this stuff, that like even some of this that I might even call art, not in a pretentious way, just in the way of like not YouTube gaming. Like there's like films and stuff that I've made, and I still don't know how to do that consistently, how to bring out these ideas. And it really bums me out. And I've tried really hard recently to focus on that more. Like try to bring out ideas. And through experimenting, it's kind of related to another issue that I have that relates to my creativity. There are people in the hallway right now that are screaming and laughing so loud, and their joke is so funny. Sorry, the walls in this dorm room are so thin, which you wouldn't think so because they're cinder block, but I can hear everything in this dorm. Sorry. Anyway, as I was saying, the whole like journey that I've been on to try to be more creative recently and write more, and like find more inspiration, has led me to one of my other big problems that I've also been afraid about for a very long time, which is just that even in the ideas that I have, maybe they're not as creative as I think. This is something I'm going to be working on as well in the coming months of just, I feel like I've made a lot of fun stuff, but there's no like style or vibe or like nothing that sets me apart. I feel like anybody could have made a lot of the stuff that I've made. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there is some creativity there, but it's not like creative enough to be like a uniquely my thing. And with that links to what I was just saying. The way that I've been getting inspiration recently for ideas is by looking at other people's ideas and just kind of snatching them and like warping them a little bit, which is kind of what you're supposed to do. You're encouraged to look at other pieces of media and figure out a way to put your twist on it and do something. And that is encouraged, and that's something I'm trying to do. But I feel like I'm not doing enough of a twist to really make it mine, if that makes sense. Like, I'm so bad at explaining that. Joey offline, you need to like practice this, you know? Like for example, let's take, I guess Mischief Night makes the most sense to take. Like I think that is one of my biggest short films I've ever made, obviously. And I love it, and it's great to me. I mean, it's cheesy and crappy in all the right ways, but I don't think that there's anything in it that really makes it mine, you know? Like, I feel like anybody could have written and made Mischief Night. Like, it's creative, as in, like, it's been made and it's an idea and that's fun, but I don't think that there's anything, like, that you see in that video that's like, whoa. Like, that was creative. That was cool. And that bugs me a lot. And so what I'm trying to do now with like upcoming films and stuff, with something like the little guy I'm making now, Tomorrow I Was Worse, is something different for me. Like, it's in a different aspect ratio. It's like with a different aesthetic. It's a poem. Like, I don't know. It's a poem for some reason. And that's like, I'm just trying to do something different that feels like something new and creative to me. And then that also is kind of carrying into the films I'm making. I'm trying to transition into like more just original ideas that I have, instead of like, I want to have some more creativity behind it and not be like just so, not bland, but like, I don't know, less like colorful. Like, I want to have more like colorful stuff. Who knows? I want to be a little wackier. And maybe I'll slowly start transitioning into that. That's the hope, at least. This is already like 11 minutes long, which is crazy. I think that's it. I don't know if that made any sense at all. Sorry, guys. I just know that some people like these videos, so I wanted to make one, and I've been thinking about creativity a lot. You're welcome, Arf Snarl. Can't wait for your comments, sweetie. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of you guys are creative people. A lot of you do like art adjacent things or art direct things. If you have any thoughts, like, how do you get creative? What do you think about your own projects? What do other people think about your projects? Because that's in some ways more important, because they're less, like, not less critical, but like less just rude to you. They'll be more like realistic. So what do you think of your projects? What do other people think of your stuff? And that doesn't just have to be like YouTube videos, obviously. Like, talk about, I don't know, some drawing you made, or like some picture you took, like anything. Like, how do you get inspired to make cool stuff? Or it can be like writing. Like, how did you write that paper that you think is really good? I don't know. I want to talk about it because creativity is so interesting to me. And now that I'm in like a space where there's a lot of other people who are really creative, it makes me feel like I need to step up to them. Like, I'm down here and they all have like this crazy creativity head start, and I gotta like meet them, which is a whole nother topic. So we're not talking about that right now. Tell me what you think. Tell me how you get creative. I'm leaving. Goodbye.